Hey, don't start. No. Minka? Minka. Hey, everyone. All right, so. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Brewin with Bobby and Minka. She's already demanding goodies. There you go. Okay, so today we are doing a bit of a good morning. We're doing a bit of a back to basics. Hey, chill, sister. Yeah, I see you. We're doing a bit of a back to basics demonstration on how to brew with a French press, the ubiquitous device that almost everyone has. I, for one, don't love this as a brewing device, but there's a lot you can do with it. We had a fan, if you will, we have fans, wanting us to demonstrate how to make a latte out of this, and I thought that was an interesting thought, and so I tried to play with it and figure out something to make something resembling a latte out of a French press, which was easier said than done, I'm not going to lie. So while we're waiting for people to jump on, we are a few updates here. We are still open in Santa Monica, so if you want to get that beautiful ocean breeze, come on down and say hi to us over there. Takeout only with masks, but we are still there every day, 8 to 3. A few shout outs found in Eagle Rock Confidential, in Long Beach Cafe Aficionado, in Northridge, and then Yang's Kitchen out in Alhambra. Constellation Coffee out in La Cañada is open still, and then Reverent Coffee Bar down in Palos Verdes. These are all people who we work with. We think they do great work, and they're trying to do everything they can to keep the lights on. So support them if you're in one of those neighborhoods. Hey, relax. Cool. And then I also wanted to tell you guys about a special coffee collaboration we're doing with Found Coffee. We found this gorgeous honey processed Costa Rican coffee, and all of the proceeds, not just profits, like every penny that we generate selling this bag of coffee through our stores, through our website, is going towards 5 charities that they selected for their 5-year anniversary. So help us help the community, buy some of their coffee. It's on our website. It's the big green one that says Found Collaboration Coffee. And I think that's it for all of my updates for today. All right, why don't we jump into the French press. So the French press is, like I said, it's ubiquitous, it's everywhere, and it's a very simple brew process, which is why I think people like it. It's a full immersion brewer. Water going. So it's not a pour over device where you're replenishing the water as you go, but you're brewing it all at once. And there are a lot of bad ways of brewing coffee in this, and I've seen a lot of mistakes being made when people do French press coffee. Of course, it's always to taste. So today I'm going to show you how I do French press coffee. So we're just going to do a very basic standard brew, and then we're going to do my version of how to make this into a latte, and then we're going to turn that into a mocha. So 3 different things we're going to do today. Hey, dude, you are just getting so pushy. All right, so our standard brew parameters for basically everything is a 25 grams of coffee to 350 grams of water. So we're going to start with that. And today we are brewing a new coffee we have on our site. It's our Finca Siberia. It's a washed Bourbon coffee from El Salvador. I visit this coffee farm almost every year. They're the most amazing people you will ever meet at Origin. They really, the attention to detail on their farm is second to none. They're incredibly sweet people, and they really find really good coffees, and they process them meticulously. Their mill is so clean, you can eat off the floors there. I swear to God, it is unbelievable. So every year, this is the 3rd or 4th year we're carrying this coffee. It's just a very solid, very nice coffee. You can drink it morning, dinner. It's great. And it works in a variety of ways, cold brew, espresso, you name it, you can do it with this coffee. It's just a very pleasant coffee, and we look forward to it every year. So check that out. So that's what we're brewing today. So we're going to drop in 25 grams of coffee here. There we go. So the first misconception I think people have about French press coffee is that you have to just blast it with water right away and then let it sit for 4 minutes and then press. I think everything about that is wrong. Personally, I think you want to apply the same basic understanding of brewing coffee to a French press as you would to anything else. So today, we're going to degas it first, like you would a pour over, and then we're going to gently add the water, and we're not going to press. The press, when you press, it's just going to agitate the coffee beans more and give you more bitterness. We're just going to break the seal and go from there. So, we're going to give it about 30 to 40 seconds of a bloom. And I use a 50-gram bloom. You usually want to use double your brew weight. So we use 25 grams of coffee. We're going to put 50 grams of water to start. Puff treat. And you want to make sure all your beans are saturated so that all the carbon dioxide and all the off-gassing occurs. And getting all the bitter flavors out of there, because if you don't off-gas, all those bitter flavors will get brewed into your coffee, and nobody wants that. So we're going to give this another 10-15 seconds, see if all the bubbles are gone, then we're going to add the rest of the water here. Alright, here we go. So I'm just going to add another 300 grams. I see you. You are just pushy today, huh, sister? There we go. All right, so now we get to wait. As the steeps, you're going to see the coffee beans are going to shoot up, and you're going to create this little crust here. And those the coffee grounds stuck in this crust here aren't extracting at the same rate as the ones everywhere else. So about a minute in, I like to break that crust up and let it sort of break apart. And you get a better extraction that way. So we're at about a minute here. Let's break the crust up. And then I'm going to add the top. But I'm not going to press. I'm just getting it to the top here to seal the heat in so we get better heat retention. And, you know, depending on how strong you want it, how bitter you want it, you will either let this steep for, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I like a 2-minute steep time before I just pour it out. You know what, we're gonna pour it into this so you guys can see. One of the things I don't like about a French press is how grimy it can get because the filters aren't super fine. There are better French presses out there. This is like a cheap Bodum knockoff that I think I bought on Amazon for like $10. But there, Simply Press has a really nice one. Espro makes a phenomenal one. So there are better models out there than this, but I think everyone has something like this at home, so we tried to use something that is easily accessible. I think the Espro one's like $80. We won't spend $80 on a French press. So I'm not going to press down on this at all. I'm just going to let the filter do its thing, and we're just going to pour this out. Keep your hand on the lid. And you can see even with even here, you're getting a lot of the fines coming out of it. And it's still pretty, it's not a very clear, you're not getting a very clear cup. And one thing I don't like about most French presses is that even when you press it, you don't get all of the liquid out. There's always a little bit of a gap at the bottom, which, you're like, man, I want all the coffee out. But there's really no good way of doing that, at least not on your standard French press. So there you have it. Very basic brew coffee through a French press. You can see it's just not a very clear, clean cup of coffee that you would get with a ceramic or even better metal filters. But so if you want a really oily coffee and you want that full body experience, I think a French press is definitely a way to go. And if you use this method, it won't be as bitter because you're blooming it and you're getting some of those oils out right away, or some of the gases off right away, and you're not agitating it so much with a hard press at the end. It's a nice coffee, but yeah, it's a little too heavy for my taste, but if that's your taste, that's the way to do it. I'm going to rinse this off real quick, and then I'm going to show you how to make a latte. And it's almost the same process, but we're going to use milk instead of water. Hey, chill. Give me 2 seconds. I only have one French press. Okay, so latte. we're going to do the same setup. We're going to start with 25 grams of coffee in here. And I'm going to bloom it again the same way, but I'm still going to use hot water for this. So while my water's heating back up, we're going to heat up some milk that's going to become our latte. I'm going to use about 8 ounces of milk here. But you can use more or less depending on how much of a latte you want. 8 ounces is a nice sort of place to start if you don't want to cut it too much with milk. I don't have a fancy steamer at home, so I'm just going to microwave my milk. Just kind of one way to heat it up. All right. So while that's all being heated up, we're going to bloom our coffee. So again, 50 grams of hot water. We're going to just let this off gas. Work. There we go. Hi. All right, and make sure you saturate everything. Use a paddle, you can swirl it, whatever it takes. You just don't want to agitate it too much. You just want to make sure everything is wet and off gassing. All right. So while that's heating up, we're going to start to prep our mocha. So I'm going to put a little bit of chocolate powder in this shaker, my protein shaker, which I don't get to use much because I don't get out much these days. And I'm just going to put about a tablespoon rather, of chocolate powder in here and get it ready. Okay, and that's for in a minute. All right, so milk is heated up. And here we go. So we're just going to pour the milk in instead of water. And like I said, you can use more or less milk depending on how milky you want this. This is about I would call it a cappuccino's amount of milk. And we're gonna wait. We're gonna steep this for about another minute. And the same principles, right? You're gonna see the crust start to form. I don't know if you can see that. As that crust starts to form, you're going to break the crust up and really just get everything agitated and dissolved together. Hi. And if you guys have any questions, fire away. While we're waiting for this to just steep, you know, that's the obnoxious thing about a French press is it's not very exciting to watch it brew. Hi, but we can watch my dog attack me for goodies. Shake, shake, shake. There you go. All right, treats for tricks. All right, so we're about a minute in, and again, I'm not going to press too hard. I'm just going to break the surface here, and then we're going to just pour this out. And there you have it. That's as close as you're going to get to a latte using a French press. So it's got the color of a latte. It definitely smells like a latte. And I'm going to do you one more. We're going to take it and drop it into a protein shaker with some chocolate powder. And turn this into a mocha. And the nice thing about the protein shakers is it has that metal ball inside of it, and so it gives you a little bit of frothiness, which is sorely lacking. And today we're going to drink out of our Soma cups. Boom, and you see we get a little bit of froth in there, and now we have a mocha. So French press to latte to mocha, and that's how you do it with using a French press. This is quick and dirty, back to basics of brewing. And that really does taste like a mocha. Could probably use a little bit more sugar actually. There you go. And that's how we do it. If you guys have any questions, fire away. This was just a back to basics. We had a request for how to do a latte in a French press, so that's what we did this week. On Friday, we have some other things planned. We're branching out a little bit. We'll have some very fun collaborations coming up with the chef and possibly with one of our oatmeal suppliers. So for those of you who've been fans of Demitasse for a while, we used to have an oatmeal latte, and someone threw out that we should bring that back and show you guys how to make an oatmeal latte live here. So stay tuned for something like that. And we got some other requests that have come through in the last week. So if there's something you guys want to see us make or do, let us know, and we will definitely get that going. Yeah, she like wobbles when she wants attention, and then she attacks me. There you go. All right, spoiled little girl. So that's it for today. Again, how to brew coffee using a French press, how to make a latte, and then a mocha out of a French press. I will say it's very handy for a lot of different things. I think the best thing, honestly, a French press is for is to make cold brewing. It's fantastic for cold brewing coffee because you can press right out the gate and it's pretty easy to keep in your fridge. So I would suggest that. And yeah, I mean, everyone's got one, so you can do lots with it. It's a pretty versatile tool. And if you have any other questions, fire them away, slide into our DMs, let us know what we can do to entertain you from our kitchen here in Los Angeles. And till Friday, we will see you guys then. Cheers, everyone. Hope you have a safe week.